Welcome everyone to Chaos Magic. My name is Catalyst. I'll be your hostess tonight along with John Michael.
Hello, everybody.
We've got a nice small group of poets here tonight, some of which you can already hear. We've got Richard, Bill, Escape, and Nadia tonight. So if you have long poems, share your long poems. We are ready. We're going to get things kicked off with Richard.
Thank
Richard,
you
if you
so
could bless
much.
us with some words.
Thank you so very much. Again, an honor to be with you all. I hope these bring a little smile to your face and stimulate a little organizing. This first one, we're artists. We take the arts seriously. Many of you may have heard that the felon in chief has decided to make himself in charge of the Kennedy Center, which is a pretty curious idea. So I wrote this about it. It's called the Kennedy Center Honors. The Baron of Boredom, the Prince of Pique, the Pasha of Disaster, the Sheik of Shriek, and any other morbid title he'd fancy this week, the Prince of Panama, the Grenadier of Greenland, and any other royal title he'd like to think to demand, the Laird of Ill Manor, the Marquis of Felt Tip, and every unctuous affectation hey, let her rip. Canada named him the Baron of Tundra. It made his chest swell. He'd like to hear his name aloud. He says it sounds like the bell of thunder, makes him proud. With a dozen or more medals that weighed on him, so he's bent down to the floor and bumped his chin. So they appointed a funny dwarf to carry his honors and a big old chest of drawers they'll stack and pack 'em on him. Panama named him the Grandee with his own massive silver barge. They painted a Cleopatra on it with great big brown eyes, believe me, extra large. And Mexico named him an emperor, their new emperor of Diet Coke. He'll take any old title as long as it wasn't woke. They lead him out on the stage at least once a week to accept fresh Kennedy Center honors. He's so special. It's just a little more than bleak. So he can soak up all the applause. It's pre-recorded, of course, and they always wheel out his portrait with him a giant charger, the whole thing larger than life. But if you look real close, you can see they even painted in a picture of his current wife. They fill the audience each week with the unemployed and any other poor soul it's been his pleasure to annoy. They bring a bunch of aliens in via closed circuit TV. They're very volatile and vocal, but enthusiasm's all he can really see. They wheel him out on a kind of platform. It's really something to see, because he doesn't walk too much anymore, not like you and me. He's carried on a litter, which is more than appropriate, you see. That old muskrat has some artificial AI legs made, and just to keep it exciting, they're run by a middle schooler with a Game Boy from his bedroom named Craig. He still likes the girlies, but cardboard ones are just all right. They let him sleep with a brand new mannequin each and every night. What a showman, a room aglow man, waving his marker abroad. See him frame all that he's claimed his name and fame, unprincipled, embarrassing, criming. It's all so out in the open, so plain, there'll be just no denying. And then this is a fresh one that came to me just last night. Uh, this is called Meet Me at the Plaza at Gaza. Meet me at the poolside bar at the plaza in Gaza. It's all very nice. We've stayed there twice. There's a charming little casino. It reminds me of Rio, where, when you ask for a shot, believe it or not, the drink is poured from a pitcher forged from a converted cartridge belt. It's very chic and svelte. The modest models there, the fashion can't compare, 'cause the very swelt their clothing's made, the motifs displayed. It's a Kevlar bikini with a flak jacket stole. It's just how they roll. But you gotta watch out on the beach, 'cause the lifeguards compete as sharpshooters. So make sure you bring your towel from the tower, 'cause after an hour on the sun, they might mistake your dark tan for some kind of commando. They might not understand, though. You're one of the guests, and, well, you know the rest. And unless you've confessed to the state of undress, your testimony under duress, it's a stress position, which we know isn't torture, because can damage the furniture and mar your stay on your holiday in Gaza. It's never complete till your seat in the theater where you get to hear the children's chorus where they implore us for food. I'm told it's not rude to leave them starving right outside in the yard out the poolside cabana. You really understand what they've done with the place. Rubble's now all been replaced with a five-star cafe. The starving starlets galore. They've got so much fashion and more. The casino's complete while they still got the occasional bombing. Let me point out the lovely Givenchy awning. And it's time. The shooting range is mandatory at this stage. For every looter, you get to be the shooter. You can claim a stack of chips, so go ahead, let her rip. And then last but not least, this is called tomorrow's press conference. Google still says it's the Gulf of Mexico, even though it's still really stinking and polluted, I guess, by Texaco, with all those rigs and leaking wells. Of all the things that belling swells, I guess this is an issue, because I guess it sells. When the foolish leaders are under stress, they'll spin around and lift their dress. Look here, check this out. Don't look, just be embarrassed, filthy, dirty lout. But listen, please, to what I say, your lying eyes will not betray. The sugar-coated lies away. I wave my hands and drop my pants and say under my breath, I never loved you anyway. Tomorrow's press conference. Thank you, my friends. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, Richard, you have us all laughing over here.
Thank you so
Amazing
much.
as always, Richard.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
Y'all
comedic
mute and give it up.
relief.
Yeah.
Yeah, unmute and give it up for Richard. That was great. We love you, Richard.
Amazing.
Love it.
On deck we have Nadia, but up next we have the one and only Bill Elkins. Whoop, whoop.
Bill, you're muted.
Yeah, yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
It looked like you're on mute face. I was just checking.
Yeah, I need a couple more minutes. Can somebody else go? I'm still trying to get this thing set up. Having some trouble.
Okay, yeah, we can bump you for sure.
Thank you. Is that a sound check? Does that sound okay?
That sounds good, yeah.
That sounds perfect.
Huh?
Sounds awesome.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So, you still want a few minutes?
Yeah, I still do. Yeah, because I'm using
Okay.
something else here, an iPad instead of a computer.
Okay. Look at you go.
Let's see.
Next we could bring Miss Nadia up if you're ready, Nadia.
Nadia is not here right now. She thought she had a few more minutes, I bet.
Well, anybody that's ready.
Yeah. This is gonna be like a who's ready thing, I think, tonight.
I can go really quick. I'm like in the middle of halftime, so it'd be great if
Yeah.
I.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Cool, perfect. I'm gonna read something I am working on. I'm not sure where I am taking this, but I want to see how it sounds. Okay, give me 1 second, okay? Thanks. Okay. There are some nights it's hard to sleep. The caged dog that is my creativity won't stop barking for freedom at 3 o'clock in the morning, no matter how many cans I throw out the window. That junkyard dog guarding a land full of dreams won't leave me be, gnawing at my ankles for attention. The laundry holds a pillow over my head, trying to suffocate whatever desire I have left. And the dishes overflow until everything is covered. The floors need to be swept and mopped. The mouths need to be fed. And by nightfall, my creativity is left howling at the moon in my soul, reminding me I have a calling. But I don't have free hands to answer any calls or open any doors because the laundry makes mountains of mundane matters. And the dishes turn to rivers of scraps and silverware, holding hostage the air I desperately need. The floors are covered in dirt and grime. The mouths need to be fed, and by this time, the howling becomes tinnitus, a marching band of what I should be, constantly ringing my ears to death, and all I want to do is make it stop. Thanks.
Oh, yes, Escape. Thank you so much. I love your words. You chew on them.
Thank you.
Everyone, share some love.
Woohoo!
We love you, Escape. Your feature's coming up soon. I'm excited. Every week I get a little more excited.
Yes, I'm working on it.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Escape. Bill, you ready or you need some more time?
I'm ready.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay, the first song I'm going to do will be a cover. It'll be a Bob Dylan song, and then the second one will be an original. So here we go. The song I'm going to do, a Dylan song, will be Knocking on Heaven's Door. Hope you like it. Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark to see. I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door. Mama put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door. Mama, wipe the blood off my face. I can't see through it anymore. I need someone to talk to in a new hiding place. I feel like I'm looking at heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on 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 heaven's door. Okay, that's the Mr. Dylan song, Mr. Zimmerman. Have you guys seen the movie, the Dylan song? I mean, the Dylan movie?
Not yet. You told us about that last week.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
still on
good.
my list.
Yeah, it's really good. Let's see here. Let's see. I will do. Okay, I'll do Macy. You're a dog for all seasons, my little Macy. You're such a joy to behold. Diagonally prancing down Solano Avenue. Your beautiful imperfection is so dear. Your affection so sincere. Oblivious to hatred, my little Macy. You would befriend the worst of fiends. My little black terrier, so affecting. Man's best friend is indeed a dog. When people keep killing each other over gods, you charming creature, my little Macy. You render my world sweet and kind. Whether chasing squirrels or little children, you give me repose so sublime. In a world fraught with danger for mankind. You're a dog for all seasons, my little Macy. You're such a joy to behold. Diagonally prancing down Solano Avenue. Your beautiful imperfection is so dear. Your affection so sincere. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I was just in a mood to go electric today. Usually I go acoustic, but they had using my old Rickenbacker here. 12, Rickenbacker 12 string. It's a little loud, but it's kind of nice to play once in a while.
Hell yeah, rock and roll. I love
Thank you.
that song too. The
Yeah,
Macy song. Oh, I picture her. She's so cute.
yeah. It was. Cute little carrier.
Thank you, Bill. I
You're
love
welcome.
your
Thank you,
singing.
Bill.
It makes my week. Thank you.
Thanks.
Everyone, open up your
No.
mics and show some love to Bill.
Woohoo!
Woo! Ah! The crowd goes wild. Those are all my different spirit guides chiming in.
All right.
Okay.
On deck we have Miss Nadia, but up next we have Black Salt. Black Salt, you ready for us?
Oh, yeah. So, put this away.
Yeah, can you well yeah, I want to share with you some digital artwork, musical piece that I'll need to use the share screen feature for. And I think I'm just gonna share two pieces that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys, some digital artwork. So let me try share. Okay. Yeah, share sound. Sure. Yeah. So can you hear me okay? You see the screen okay? The tri-tetra. Okay, I see thumbs up. And so this is piece that this is another one of my projects. It's called the Leonon She, the Spectacle. That's the name of the or the name of the album is Leonon She, the Spectacle. And I'll scroll down here. I don't know if you can. It's kind of. I don't know if you can see the our video kind of avatar, so it's kind of blocking the thing on my screen. But there's 4 tracks on here. Leonon She, the Spectacle, Cat She, keep the cat turning, Letter from Leonon, and Kushi, Sikkim Boy. And the inspiration for this piece was I kind of came up with my own little description for my music. I've kind of like done enough of these kind of style of music that I've kind of created a little bit of a style for myself. I call it fairy music. And so this was kind of inspired by that. It's called Leonon She. And the Leonon She are fairy queens. And they are masters of the throat chakra, of kind of dealing with expression and artwork of all creative forms. And so that's all I'm going to say about that. Look it up if you want to know more about that. It's interesting stuff. And so this is this is actually a poem that I did over a beat. And so I'm going to share this with you guys. And then the next track I'll share with you guys is going to be Kushi. And I might cut these a little bit short to save on time because I kind of dragged these out a little bit, so but yeah, other than that, let's get into it. Let me know if you can hear it okay. Let me know if you can hear the music okay. I don't give a fuck how bad it gets. We don't stop believing. Life will kick you in the balls twice if it has to. But we have to get back up and continue to fight for our happiness. Now, I don't know how you think or what you believe, but if it's something worth it to you, then get up and go after it. 'Cause at the end of the day, no matter what someone tells you, it's up to you to decide what's important. Because there will always be an adversary, someone who disagrees or has different values, but they're not you, and they don't know your pain, they don't know where you're from, and they don't know what you go through on a daily basis. So just block it all out and put locks and chains around your mind so nobody can enter, and hide the key inside your heart and listen to your own heartbeat and follow the rhythm into an immortal paradise where it's only you and a couple of close friends. 'Cause as long as you believe in the power of what comes out your mind, There's no limits to how far you can reach into that void. And that's real magic. I'm gonna move on to the next track, Kushi. Now I'll just cut that a little bit short. It's just a loop, so it goes on like that. Like I said, I kind of dragged it out a little bit, so that's the song. And a little story behind the Kushi is the Kushi are fairy dogs. And as you can't tell by the triquetra, I draw a lot of my inspiration from Celtic mythology and Celtic folklore. And so this was kind of inspired by that. And so I kind of have a little, it's kind of my dark obsession, just Celtic folklore and mythology. And so but yeah, the Kushi is like a fairy dog, and they would then they were feared by well, all fairies were feared by the Celtic people, you know, because you didn't say fair, you didn't say devil, you said fairy back in the day, because that's how bad fairies were. They would just come and just fuck shit up. And so that's kind of like, and so the Kushi were fairy dogs that would steal your soul. And so that's kind of what this is about. And so yeah. And so if that makes you want to listen to it, I don't know, but yeah. But that's what I got. This is my public YouTube channel, Black Salt WLF. This is the I got a little playlist thing going, so I got my albums in the playlist, separate albums, you know, in the playlist. So you can check out my playlist, my public YouTube channel. And so
Simply
you know, that's
beautiful,
there for you.
very beautiful, evocative, gorgeous.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
cool. My cheeks hurt so bad. There was so much energy going through me. Like there's so many creatures around me. They're like, ah, we all want to turn smiling.
Oh yeah. Hey,
It's very cool. I love
Absolutely
it.
beautiful.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Would you
thanks.
compare that on a synthesizer or what? One man band here or what?
I'll tell you my awful secret. It's all electronic. It's all electronic. It's just it's all electronic shamalama ding dong, you know, that I
Oh,
just kind of put together with this app, you know. So yeah, it's called BandLab if you can't see the thing. I got the free version of it. So when I post it, it like kind of does this little advertisement thing. I'm sure there's some kind of way where you can like Photoshop it out, but I just so don't care to really mess with all that
yeah,
stuff, you know. I'm
beautiful.
not really. I'll tell you something about me. I'm tribal. I'm a tribal person. I don't really. So for me to even like create that in the first place is like a phenomenon, let
Yeah.
alone do all the Photoshop and all that. So, you know, yeah, but you know, so but yeah, it's all electronic shamalama ding
So
dong.
first of all, though, I have that app installed on my phone, and I've never made anything like that. That's definitely you. You got some brains in there. Like there's sounds all around us, and like people started hitting drums, and then that became a thing. But before that, drums were just like exactly what you were talking about, you know, shamalama ding dong. But you have some skill there, and there
Wow.
is that connection to everything
You know, I've
in
been
that
into
world.
music since I was a kid. So I've been into music since I was a kid, you know. So
Yeah, you're in it, man. Doesn't matter how you make it, just keep making it because you kick
Brilliant.
ass.
yeah.
What is the app that you're using?
BandLab.
Bam,
BandLab.
Bam,
If you're trying to make music on there, you better have a laptop because it's a lot easier on a laptop than a phone. But you can get it on a phone app. And I do have my music public posted on the BandLab app where you can listen to my music and listen to other people's music
oh,
through the
that's
BandLab
cool.
app too.
Yeah, check
You
it out,
know,
Bill.
and
I
if you
think you
want
would
to
have
fight
fun
through
on
the
there.
ads, you know, because they
Yeah, I
got the
will check it out.
advertisements and all that, but
Wonderful. I
unless you get
didn't
the
know
paid
that
version.
about it. Wow.
All musicians should check it out. Like it's a neat tool. Like if you love music and making music and other people's music and connecting, this is the
Yeah,
greatest thing invented. So,
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
yeah, definitely do that.
Beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
great.
so much, Black Salt.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for
Super
listening.
job,
Yeah,
Very
of
man.
Thanks for
much.
listening.
course.
Thank you.
Really.
That was
Bravo.
absolutely beautiful.
Sure was. Sure is. Present tense.
I think on deck we have Parquillian, but up next, Miss Nadia.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for your flexibility. Um, I have two pieces I'll share tonight. The first one's called Light and Dark. We are all beings of duality, flickering between shadow and sun, carrying echoes of past and present, a masterpiece in motion, fractured yet whole. The yin and the yang, where stillness meets the storm, where peace learns to exist within the war. Yin and yang, twin forces pulling at the seams, like a chariot racing in two directions, each wheel spinning in opposition, but the road demands balance. And the portrait seen from the outside, it barely scratches the surface, never revealing the depths, never speaking of the galaxies each soul holds inside. Wisdom whispers from beneath the noise, a river flowing beneath the earth. But the mind, a storm of ego and doubt, fights to drown it out. Battles waged between soul and illusion, truth and the narratives we craft, between what is and what fear tries to fabricate. Life is both sculptor and stone, etching its lessons into our bones, a symphony of trials, each note asking, will you learn? Will you choose? Which knots will you untie? Which nooses will slip away? Will you cast your wounds like daggers or soften them into keys, unlocking the chains that bind you to the past? There is beauty in the broken, light spilling through the fractures, turning scars into constellations, mapping the journey of who you are. And when the heart learns to love itself, not into fragments, not in conditions, but in wholeness, the higher self answers, the divine speaks, not in thunder, but in the quiet knowing that love has always lived within. Healing is not a solitary act, it ripples, unseen, like the moon calling the tides, like the wind shifting the sand. Every act of self love, even the smallest breath of kindness, sends a signal into the universe, felt beyond flesh and time, a beacon in the dark reminding all who wander, you are not alone. Poem. And I have another piece that I'm working on.
Beautiful.
Been, oh, thank you. This is another piece called Lessons Written in the Waves.
Wow.
The heart, a vast ocean of energy, waves of emotion crashing and rising, currents of gratitude pulling toward the shore, a rhythm of growth, steady and deep, flowing each day, moving, shifting, never still, never silent. Tidal, endless, alive. Life lessons come like the tide. Life lessons ride the waves, each one a gift wrapped in uncertainty. A storm swells to a sudden calm, yet always divinely guided. Even when the winds howl, even when the tides pull too strong. The ocean, swaying, rushing, whispering, a mirror of life's ebb and flow. Every crest, a rush of joy, every trough, a call to heal. Even the stillness holds wisdom, even the storm carries light. Sometimes the waves of life are gentle, brushing the skin. Other times the waves feel ruthless, heavy, pulling one under, feeling dragged towards the unknown. Salt in the wounds once thought were healed, but even in the chaos, even in the storm, there is something sacred in the surrender. The ocean never questions its motion, never apologizes for the way it sways. It just moves, it just is. Maybe we are meant to be the same, to trust in the flow, every wave, surrendering, giving permission to the water to carry what no longer serves, to bow to the waves instead of fighting their weight. To shift perspective is to move with the tide, to let go of resistance, to learn the art of bending, not breaking, adapting to the present, a gift unwrapped in each moment, a treasure buried beneath the surface, waiting to be found. Gratitude is learning to love the water even when it's cold, when it's deep, even when the undertow threatens to pull you away. Gratitude and growth, two waves moving in harmony, one lifting, one guiding. Even when life presses hard, even when it feels like breath is stolen, there is always a silver lining. a break in the clouds, a light shimmering beneath the surface. Gratitude is standing on the shore, letting the tide wash over every scar, knowing each don't define, but they do remind you are still here, breathing, floating, rising. Silver linings may seem scarce, but even in the vastness, even when all seems bare, they are there, glimmering like the sun's reflection on water, felt in the ripples of gratitude that heal the heart, soften the soul, and pour into every shore it touches. Presence, not just being, but feeling, mindful, awake, grateful for breath, for the tide that still moves within. Presence. Is the sun breaking through morning mist? The horizon stretching wider than your fears? The whisper of waves reminding you this moment is all that is real? The whisper of the sea reminding gratitude is the lighthouse in the fog, the anchor when the waters rise, the warmth of the tide wrapping around your tired bones, telling you you made it to the present. You are breathing. You are here. You are enough. Even when the storm rages, when the shore feels miles away, even when all you have is the breath in your lungs, that is still something to be grateful for. Even when the horizon feels distant, you are floating, carried by the very waves that once felt like they would drown you. So stand in the water. Feel the salt sting your skin. Let the tide kiss your feet. Whisper to the sea, thank you for teaching me. Thank you for receiving me. Poem.
Oh, I'm literally screaming over here. I can't. Your Mother Earth, just admit it right here. Don't tell anyone. You're amazing. Like, thank you so much.
Nadia, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Wow.
Thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous.
I'm going to go listen to some Enya now.
Right?
This is beautiful.
Very moved.
It's always breathtaking.
It really is.
I could just see your voice like being projected all over these speakers all over the world for like an hour. If you just read poetry, that'd probably save the whole world. Just thought. Like if you have an hour to spare.
Yeah, just outstanding. Beautiful.
Amazing.
Mystical. Gorgeous.
And you're featuring not this Friday, but next Friday. Ah! So
Yeah.
excited.
Next Friday.
I'm
Okay.
Can't
excited.
wait.
Please join if you can. It's on the 21st.
Yes,
Yes.
certainly
I'll
will.
definitely be there.
There'll be so many people there. I'm pretty sure a few plants are gonna find a way to get inside to be there too. Like, oh, that's
Splendid.
gorgeous work.
Oh,
Thank you so
oh,
much, Nadia.
Thank you, Nadia.
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, Nadia. Ooh,
Well, up next we have Mr. Parquillian,
Parquillian.
Martin Parker.
You finish us off, Parker. Martin Parker.
All
We love
right.
you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Wonderful stuff tonight here, as always.
wow. Yeah.
So, for a cover, I thought I'd start with this lyrics to this old Grateful Dead song by Phil Lesh and Robert Hunter. It's called Box of Rain. Look out of any window, any morning, any evening, any day. Maybe the sun is shining, birds are winging, or rain is falling from a heavy sky. What do you want me to do? To do for you, to see you through? For this is all the dream we dreamed one afternoon long ago. Walk out of any doorway, feel your way like the day before. Maybe you'll find direction around some corner where it's been waiting to meet you. What do you want me to do? To watch for you while you're sleeping? Then please don't be surprised when you find me dreaming too. Look into any eyes you find by you. You can see clear through to another day. Maybe it's been seen before through other eyes, on other days while going home. What do you want me to do for you to see you through? Walk into splintered sunlight, inch your way through dead dreams to another land. Maybe you're tired and broken, your tongue is twisted with words half spoken and thoughts unclear. Just a box of rain, wind, and water. Believe it if you need it. If you don't, just pass it on. Sun and shower, wind and rain, in and out the window, like a moth before a flame. And it's just a box of rain. I don't know who put it there. Believe it if you need it, or leave it if you dare. And it's just a box of rain or a ribbon for your hair. Such a long, long time to be gone, and a short time to be there. Then this is a poem I wrote Tuesday of last week, one of my writing workshops, that I thought about calling Box of Rain at first, but it didn't quite fit. So this is Box of Memories. This box has been hidden away for years. It opens to reveal a trove of slightly faded dreams and memories of days you smiled amid the tears when life had brought you through the nights of teething hives and forgotten degrees, of childhood awards and passing fears with colors etched by dawning light, entwined with scribbled notes on leaves, divining arcs of future spheres, influencing paths of tenuous flight, as water fills your breathing trees. So, oh my mother, I pray for your soul, preparing for its journey to join the whole. And this is in memory of Dolores Ann Wright Parker, who went into the hospital on Monday with edema and passed away on Thursday, just shy of her 90th birthday. So this is dedicated to my mother. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Martin. We're here with you during this time. We love you very, very much.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to feel your presence all here.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers are with you, Martin.
Yeah.
Love
Very
you.
much.
Love you.
Thank you, Martin.
That's so beautiful. Thank you to your mom for making you, because you're so cool.
Thank you so much.
We love you so much. Ah, what a beautiful night.
Yeah,
So
indeed.
much love. So much magic. Ooh, so much magic. I felt it. No chaos, though. That was good. That was good. Lots of magic. You said you wrote that
Maybe
at a
I'll read
writing
one.
work. Yeah, you got one?
I got one that I wrote the other night, but I haven't even read it back to myself yet, so I don't.
Oh, even better.
Wait
This
back.
could be totally horrible.
It's the good stuff. Like, as if you could write something horrible. Pfft. Even your
I did,
grocery lists are
trust me.
probably poetic. Get out of here.
You'd be surprised.
I'm sure it's great.
We'll see. All right. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go, glasses.
All right.
All right. I remember tracing her face in the silent hours before dawn, my mind wandering, wondering, asking myself questions that I couldn't answer. I worked every equation that night in silence, searching each number, pattern, every combination, trying to unlock a door that I never wanted to open. That sharp pain and anxiety came over me, the color of fear, and I was too scared to face it. painted with another lie to shadow this emotion a different shade. I was already broken, pain etched into every bone, my heart and soul stitched by the broken strings of what remained. It just became my normal, and I learned to live it. Empty dreams provided me multiple avenues to destruction. I explored all of them. I never wanted to let go. It was always too cold, alone, no friction to create heat. Even though it always burned, that pain felt comforting. It's all I ever knew. Don't know what you're not taught, and teaching yourself takes so long with a wandering mind. Always curious of what lies beneath another's skin, where they've been, what their fine line feels like, if ever they were brave enough to face it. I used to play in that realm, dancing on that line, a balancing act with a smile and a gleam in these eyes. I'd run towards it as fast as I could and then suddenly slam the brakes. Dust clouds hovering as my feet scraped the dirt before coming to a stop. Too scared of what I'd find on the other side, straight off the cliff. The shift would take so long to occur. So much happened between those years. The tears that would fill this ocean of doubt, all within a single drop of a feeling I once felt. It was always my painting to paint, but I always painted it your way. Each stroke creating my own decay, a fantasy of its own design. Never day, always night. Light fades in the dusk as trust falls through the folds and endless seams. I ran my fingers along your shape that night, never wanting to forget you. The beauty that once occupied this empty shell of a memory and lies. Finding the threshold of each other's boundaries, operating on different frequencies, and our backgrounds graffitied, painted over beauty painfully. I never wanted to let go that night. The prelude tortured me in every waking moment, and one day came after the next, each breath bringing our fate to death. The sun came up that morning. I hugged that little girl 3 times before she started her first day of school. Tears streaming, wishing I was dreaming this nightmare as I got in my car. She asked if I was leaving. I wished her goodbye. I drove away. No plan in place, trying to untrace this memory of regret. Darkness spilled out in tsunami waves, destroying every part of me. Given into the treachery I bestowed onto this mind, a false reality, dividing duality, blinding all I see within these lines. How can anyone move on when the beauty is gone and darkness consumes these intrusive thoughts? I forgot everything, drowned in my own sea, the abyss amidst these daydreams, wandering silently. I boarded a one-way train to my undoing, masturbating this thought of death, nothing left, not even a trace of pride in this breath. A barren seed breeds no growth in the darkest night of a soul. It's a game of strength on the karmic scales of heaven and hell. That's all I got there.
I think it was like 2 lines in, I started to hear it again. I was like, I heard this before in my own voice when you sent it to me. It's so much better hearing you read it out loud, though. Love it. That is a
Keep writing,
masterpiece.
John.
Thank you.
It's like, oops, wrote a masterpiece. I haven't written anything lately except for that. What? It's amazing. You're amazing.
What inspired
Uh,
you to write that? It sounds like a real tragedy.
well, my life.
I knew that was coming.
Man,
My life.
Everything I write is pretty much autobiographical. Yeah, whatever that
That
word
was a
is.
word. You did it.
yeah, you did it.
Did
Yeah.
I? Yay. I'm
Wow.
so happy I got it. I nailed it.
Gold star.
Oh man.
Um, yeah, no, everything I write is pretty much autobiographical in a way, and
Yeah, that's so sad.
it really is. And it's a true story, and
Is this a
yeah,
breakup? Inspired you? A break?
it was. I was in a I went through a divorce, and then after that, I was single for a little bit, and then I was in a 4-year relationship with somebody, and pretty much raised their daughter from 4 to 8, and it wasn't a good relationship. For once in my life, I tried to protect my boundaries, I guess, and every boundary was always shattered. And I just accepted it and moved on and kept going, and it ended up destroying me, really.
Oh man.
Mentally, I broke down. It was the first time in my life I can't say the first time in my life, but it was the first time that I realized that I had been mentally abused for several years, by somebody I never would have thought would have been able to have that power over me.
Yeah.
Um, and I had to get out of there because it was getting bad. It was not good. It was not good at all. And it was a heartbreaking decision to leave because that little girl meant so much to me.
Yeah, it sounds like
Um, she um she was a product of being born on heroin, and her the, the the woman I was with, it wasn't her child, it was her sister's child that she took away. Her sister was a heroin addict, and when Pepper was born, she was born an addict. If that wasn't bad enough, but they she was left in a dresser drawer for days on end, and really bad things happened to her when she was a little baby. And so I kind of, I understood her mind and where she was coming through, and I worked with her and helped her try to learn how to meditate and breathing techniques and everything to help calm her mind. And really, that was the most heartbreaking thing, because I wanted to remain in her life. I just couldn't be in that relationship, and um, it wasn't an option. It was all or nothing for her. Like, the only way for me to remain in her life was to remain in that relationship, and it couldn't happen. And really, after that, that's when, like, the whole trauma bag just tore open, and I went on a 2-year downward spiral into darkness that um, really I almost didn't recover from. Um, the last 8.5, going on almost 9 months now, I've been clean and kind of getting my life back together. Finally, just got a house, and I'm coming
good.
back. But yeah, that was the start of my undoing right there. It just tortured me, absolutely tortured me to say goodbye.
How old was she when you said goodbye? How old the girl?
She was 8 years old at that time, just turned 8. And it was her first day of going back to school. And I was gonna leave that night, and I said, "I can't leave. I've got to at least get her on the bus, and give her a hug and get her on the bus." And it killed me. It killed me.
Yeah.
Um,
God.
yeah, it was devastating.
Well, you're a good
But yeah,
man.
Yeah, we're
there's
Mm.
glad you
that.
survived. Really
Me
Wow.
glad
too.
you survived that.
Um,
Now, I don't know, that's pretty hardcore. I don't think anything could take you out now. You're pretty much, you
Yeah.
get to live forever now.
yeah, it's been an interesting life, that's for sure.
I remember. Remember
Um,
what you just said. What doesn't destroy you makes you stronger. That's really a true statement.
Right.
it is, it really is, and it's I've proved it to myself time and time again. I say in my writing a lot, I've lived so many lives in this one lifetime and died just as many times, and that's a true statement.
Yeah.
I think for anybody, if we go back and look at our lives, the cycle of change that we go through, like every, 6 to 8 years, it's like you become a new person.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
It's very
you
true.
know,
Shed your
so
old.
you go back and kind of look at all those different lives that you lived, gaining a little bit of wisdom, hopefully along the way.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
very
Um,
wise.
Yeah.
I can
uh,
tell.
It's a wonderful poem.
it,
I can tell by
That's
your
that was
gray
that was so
beard.
good for you to write that poem. I think
well, I don't know where I'm going with it yet. It's not done. I know that. I
a
just,
good
You should make a book for her.
a good beginning.
I've got a lot of pieces for her tucked away.
So
I hope our paths cross again one day.
Me too.
when was the last
Uh,
time you saw her, the young girl?
it's been 2.5 years now
Oh,
since I've seen her.
All right.
okay.
I
Yeah.
think she's almost 11 now, and
Almost
uh,
old enough to be like, hey, where's that cool guy?
yeah. Well, it was that pinnacle time in her life, that they say, you start to retain memory at, you know, 6, 7 years old. I've got memories that go back as far as like 4 or 5 that
I
I
remember
know of,
being born. It's all there. It's just whether you can recall it or not.
I want to go
but
back that.
yeah, I'm sure she knows who I am and
It's all
remembers me.
there. There are cells in you that just have been is there as long as you have. I've seen some.
Absolutely.
I've been in there. It's like a big old machine. Show you someday.
Uh-huh.
You should look her up.
Bill, you have the moon right above your head.
I know.
Watch out, it's gonna get you. I don't know if you
Yeah.
That's
can see it
beautiful.
from here.
Yeah, that's downtown Long Beach.
I can't quite see it from here yet.
There it
But
is.
y'all, I've got another 285 miles to drive. I'm actually pulled over on the side of the road right now doing this.
Where are you headed? Where are you headed?
Well, I travel for work. So this morning I was in Richmond, Virginia, and then I was in Baltimore, and now I'm on my way to Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, Asheville's beautiful. Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. If I leave now, I can get there by 2 a.m. and then I'll be back up at 7 and
Oh man,
off off on another adventure.
you make me feel guilty being retired.
All right, get out of here, Mr. Truck Driver.
Sounds, sounds like you passed by me a couple of times today.
Oh, who's
Where
that?
you at,
I'm
Martin?
in DC.
Oh, okay. I go up there all the time. I
Mhm.
cover all of Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and North Carolina. So I
Ooh, wow.
zigzag across all those states.
What a
Well,
hill, what a hills and
my
mountains.
my mother was living in Greensboro, North Carolina, and my sister's over in Durham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. It's beautiful country though.
Hmm.
It is. It is. I'm grateful that I get to travel through all of it. It's but sometimes it's a little much. I mean,
Yeah.
I average probably 1,600 to 2,000 miles a week.
Mm.
Wow. You drive a semi or what? What are you driving?
No, no, I'm just in a pickup truck. I do telecommunications, so cell tower work.
Okay.
Um,
Uh-huh.
so
Did
I
you
have a
stick a
bunch of
little wind turbine on your
subcontractors. I'm a
truck?
superintendent, so I have a
Yeah.
bunch of subcontractors working all over the place, and I just bounce from site to site.
Wow.
Mm.
Well,
Got a My partner's got a brother-in-law who's a truck driver. I thought maybe that's what you're doing, but he's
yes.
all over Illinois and Minnesota and stuff.
Yeah, that's better. Pickup's better than a semi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay.
All
Wow.
right,
Wow.
everyone. Well, we'll see you next Monday for some more
Oh,
chaos
terrific
magic.
session.
And if you're
Terrific
free
session.
Friday, we're doing a Valentine's Day massacre with Bear Wolf, aka Poetic. No, wait. Propaganda Poet. So
Does
be sure to be
poetic
there for
propaganda.
that. Just
Propaganda.
Propaganda Poet.
This
A little bit of, he's pretty poetic.
propaganda poet.
I'm really
Poetic
excited. Bear Wolf.
is. Poetic
yeah,
propaganda. Yeah. I'm not sure I can make it.
What time
Friday
is that
nights are,
on,
but I'll see.
what time is that on Valentine's Day?
Friday it is 5 o'clock Eastern, I think. Is that
Okay.
right, John? No, that can't be right. 5 o'clock in
Is it 5
Yeah,
or 7?
Friday,
Calgary, so that'd be
7
seven
p.m.
o'clock.
Eastern.
Okay,
7
so
p.m.
4 o'clock Long Beach time.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. All right, everyone. Good night.
Well, yeah,
All
good
right. Love
night.
y'all.
Good night,
Thanks.
everyone. Thanks so much.
Take care, John.